Hello, everyone. So happy to have everybody here. I think before we go forward, let's do the card, which I think Megan is pulling one and I pulled one. I received an owl that is from the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck, and it's After the Storm. There's a thunderstorm about. It is either heading your way or just pass through now. Don't make a thunderstorm mean more than what it is, though. You don't have to fear it. You might even feel excitement about it. After all, a thunderstorm is just nature's way of gathering energy together that needs to be released. With the release of tension, relief and freedom soon follow, often with fresh perspective and perhaps the gift of a promising, hopeful vision for your future. Perhaps the particular storm building within you or around you is causing you to quake in your boots. It might be a storm of building emotion threatening to erupt or already exploding, seemingly beyond your conscious control. You might feel uncomfortable sense of emotional and psychological pressure within. And if something doesn't happen and soon, you fear you might just burst. You may also sense that these are forces operating beyond your control, and you would be right. There is in life and in the creative process a need to allow for wild storms. There will be those precious moments of peace beforehand and a release of revitalization that follows. Yet the storm in the middle is essential. It is the natural part of the creative process. Without this building and releasing of energy, we would suffer from boredom and stagnancy. You may prefer the excitement of the storm or the fresh, open feeling accompanies its clearing. You may find it confronting to face with the power of something in which you can only participate rather than control. Either way, the storm wisdom offers you the gift of bringing things to a head and clearing them away so that the energy can be freed from a pattern that has had its day and is ready to become something anew. And for me, this is the perfect card for today. Megan, do you want to share yours?
I pulled from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, and the card is the Andean Cross, which I actually got to see in person in Machu Picchu, which is awesome.
Oh, you froze.
So, hang on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm just stopping my video.
Okay.
All right. So the Andean Cross represents the cosmology of the shaman. It depicts the four directions, the upper and lower worlds, and the steps to reach these realms. The hole in the center is a gateway to interdimensional travel, the proverbial eye of the needle we can all go through to experience higher states of awareness and wisdom and to break free of linear time. It announces the start to a great journey. It's time to raise your gaze from the mundane day to day to that which until now has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom to guide you and stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond with a resounding yes.
Thank you, Megan. That was beautiful. And it makes sense, especially after our big thunderstorm. So, hi, Alicia.
Hi, guys. I'm sick.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm late.
you're never late.
Okay.
We just pulled two cards, which the first was After the Storm, And so it spoke about that we have just passed through some intense energies, and that the need for those energies are needed to clear old patterns and stagnant energy. And then Megan pulled the Andean cross, which is we're ready to step through a portal of new. So
Wow. So appropriate.
so I just want to touch on before we move forward that I have this week been feeling a lot of intense energy again. And so for me, that card is right on. And it seems that every person that I'm talking to this week is also feeling that again. And I think that this is going to continue, even though the card says that we're after the storm. I feel like these energies are going to keep popping up because we're releasing a lot right now. And just for me, the messages that have come through actually is almost exactly what that card said, is that it's patterns that need to be released. So as people depart this world and move through our lives, understand that they had cosmic contracts with us that now are being shed, and it's time to move on and release with love. Understanding that emotions need to be expressed and you need to mourn whatever passes, but at the same time, rejoice because it means that you're moving to the next level. And although that can feel very hard at times, it's necessary, you know, and understanding too that as souls are passing right now, they're ready to. Their soul may not be aligned with what their mission was in this life, and they are ready to start anew. And that's a beautiful experience too. And who are we to keep them from that beautiful space? So just releasing to what is and being open to everything that comes is where I'm trying to be for myself right now. So we have some new people today, and before we move on to the prayers, I want to just give you guys a chance to say hi and just introduce yourself. So Cassie, if you would do that, that'd be amazing.
Hi, I'm not sure quite how to introduce myself. I guess I'll do astrology and human design. I'm a Sag Sun, Scorpio Moon, Aquarius Rising, 3-5 manifesting generator, sacral authority, and right angle cross of the sleeping phoenix 4 is my incarnation cross. And I've been kind of on this journey for about 4 years now. I've always been interested in it, but I just kind of thought that it was for everybody else and that I didn't really have access to it. But I went through some mental health things 4 years ago, and it kind of led me to all of this. And yeah, so I've been kind of trying out different things, and I'm getting involved with some different things throughout the past few years. So that's a little bit about me.
Thank you. Welcome, Cassie. And then Michelle, I know it says Michelle, but we have two, so I hope you both will share. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm Michelle, and thank you guys so much for having us. We're just starting this journey, and this is actually my neighbor, and I'll let her introduce herself in a moment. But I've done my human design chart. I know I'm a manifesting generator, but oh my gosh, Cassie, you are amazing with having all that memorized and everything. And I'm still learning astrology, but really just enjoying the process of learning all this, just getting into some women's circles with the Rape and the Sangha, or what is it? Sananga and stuff. So just trying to learn and be a part of something bigger, but very excited.
Yes, same. Aumara. My name is Aumara. I'm a Gemini.
Cancer.
And I'm also starting the journey myself. And I found Gabrielle information, and I was just like watching all her videos and sending it to my neighbor, and we're like, we gotta join, and we did today. So that's how we got here.
Where do you guys live?
Tampa, Florida.
We have a lot of energy in Florida. I'm so happy to have you guys, and I know we all are. So we love having new sisters. So, and I know I can speak for everybody because we all open to everyone. So today we are still going through sacred prayers, and I just keep getting the message that we need to hear everyone's prayer before we move on. So we're going to start with Kat today, because Kat is calling from Australia and she can't stay the whole time. So she's going to start with her prayer for us, or for herself, but sharing it with us.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'll just jump straight into it. I just also wanted to mention as well, G, thanks so much for being so patient about it. My perfectionism, I've written it out so many times, and I was like, oh, I want to put that there and that there and that there, and then I'd go, oh no, that's not right, and then I'd go back to the start. And yesterday I listened to all of your older podcasts on, like, you know, the animals and the apus and everything, and then all of a sudden it just clicked, and I was like, just do it, just get it done. And last night I did a meditation with it, and I was just like, oh, this is what I've been missing. So thank you for having patience. So I'm going to stop my video and then just go and find it. So, oh, sorry, I was so prepared. Here we are. Dragons all, dragon kind, I need you standing by my side. I need a strong defense, you see. I need you all watching over me. All good things that come my way, let them through to me, I pray. But all bad things of darkness and hatred, send it back to the ones who made it. To protect this space now, I call in archangels of the four directions, the four winds. I call in Archangel Uriel of the north, Archangel Michael of the south, Archangel Raphael of the east, Archangel Gabriel of the west. Come, be with us now and protect this space. To the winds of the east and the element of air, come, show me what it is to live from the place of the rising sun. Show me what it is to live with impeccable vision for life. Show me the big picture and how to anchor into my life. Teach me to be impeccable with my word. Great mighty eagle, Apu, great Sphinx of Giza, Humpway, Humpway, Humpway. Teach me what it is to feel awakened and remain fully awakened in my unique magic and light. Teach me the ways of flying free without a concern or worry. Teach me to embrace the joys of life and to embrace the knowing that I too can be free. Help me to fly wingtip to wingtip with spirits so I may see the medicine. Remind me of how to play, to live from my heart and see the world as anew, as an innocent child. Aho. To the winds of the south and the great fires of transformation, come. Show me what it is to shed my past and let it go completely, and to step freely and courageously into my path of beauty. Great snake, mighty serpent, Apu Chichen Itza, Apu Tulum, Mexico, Humpway, Humpway, Humpway. Teach me what it is to have the freedom from all of my fears, my past fears, past lives, insecurities, anxieties, depressive moments, shedding them completely and fully like the skin from the great snake. Great serpent, coil and shine your light around me. Teach me to shed the past the way you shed your skin. Allow me to create sacred space for me and for all women, for the healing and the healing of all lineages, shedding the old skin so I, as all of us, may become whole again, to walk the beautiful way gently upon Pachamama, Mother Earth, Aho. To the winds of the west and the waters of the earth, come, show me what it is to embody the fluidity and the power of my emotions, to move freely and in sync with them. Show me what it is to be fearless and protect this medicine space. Show me the way beyond death. Great wolf, great kangaroo, Apu Tanami Desert, Australia, Apu Forbidden City, China, Humpway, Humpway, Humpway. Teach me what it is to understand love and nurture myself before reaching out to help others. Teach me to create impeccable, unshakable boundaries around my own space and my own energies. Teach me what I need to know from my Aboriginal ancestors in this lifetime. Teach me what I need to know from past life lessons from my Indigenous ancestors' tribe. Aho. To the winds of the north and the fertile animal element of earth, come, ancestors, grandmothers, grandfathers, ancient ones, show me the magical, mythical journey possible here upon this earth at this time when all is stripped bare so we can observe what is essential. We remember our ancestors, those of bloodline and those of our light line. Great white-winged horse and great fire dragon, Apu, Angel Falls, Venezuela, Humpway, Humpway, Humpway. Teach me unconditional love of self, confidence and self-compassion to avoid the dark nights and avoid not shining my light. Teach me of the soul's epic journey home. Show me that all is possible to drink deeply from the nectar of life. Teach me how to live in community, how to trust my own inner wildness. Teach me to be completely authentic. Teach me what it is to be impeccable with my word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and to always do my best. Aho, Mother Earth, my sweet, sweet mother, we gather for the healing of all your children, the stone people, the plant people, the four-legged, the two-legged, the creepy crawlers, the finned, the wicked ones, all of our relations, Father, Son, Grandmother Moon, and the star nations, you who are known by 1,000 names, and you who are the unnameable ones. Thank you for bringing us together today to sing the song of life. Cosmic Father Time, Cosmic Mother Space, aho. It's a bit long, sorry girls.
Yeah, Kat, that poem at the beginning was beautiful. I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you. I have an old friend who used to tell me, he's a dragon as well, and he used to tell me, you need to protect yourself. You need to, when you go to all those temples and wherever you go in Southeast Asia, you need to protect your energy. And I was like, yeah, whatever, Squid. And I never really got how important it was. And he used to always tell me to put like sandalwood on the back of my neck or on my third eye. And I would do it occasionally, but now I actually understand, and I sort of put the dragon thing in there because I used to actually say a dragon prayer because I always feel that they protect me. So yeah, thank you.
That was beautiful, Kat. That was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, Anne. I put the angels in because I said you said that I was allowed to have angels. So thank you.
I felt like we were on like the journey with you through all of these dimensions and each direction. I felt like just feeling it so deeply in each one. Really. Thank you.
Thank you.
There was one thing that I think you just had a typo on. You said the wicked ones. It's the winged ones.
Oh, oopsie.
We're protecting the wicked ones, but
change that later. Thank you.
I mean, just even when you were saying shedding the past for all the lineages, oh God, that is just so powerful. It makes me just feel like you're doing some heavy work and you know it. And I think that's what this prayer is knowing what you're here to transcend, you know. So that's why it's so personal for each person. But oh my God, I could cry even thinking about it because really you saw
Just
that.
get shivered. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, who wants to go next? Because I'm just gonna let you guys choose instead of picking on people today. Anyone?
Maybe I'll go next so that I can just go and then I can lay down and rest for the rest of the meeting. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking pretty sick. You guys don't care. And I'm traveling right now, so I have the final version on my computer. So I might like it's like rough copy. So I might like, mess it up a bit. But anyways, here it is. To the winds of the south and the fires of transformation, teach me to break from self-imposed change and structures that no longer serve me. Give me strength to liberate myself from the old and strength to embrace the chaos of the new. Apu Machu Picchu, great tigers. Teach me the willpower, courage, strength, and conviction to trust myself first and foremost, to stay true to my journey as a truth seeker, and trust in my own truth and uniqueness always. Teach me to let go of those that cannot accept me and help me open to those that see my divinity. Teach me to lead with mercy, to resist nothing, and to seek wisdom in all. To the winds of the west and the waters of the earth. Teach me to live and love in accordance to my inner wisdom, to trust completely in the radical spontaneity of life and become the conduit through which miracles occur. Teach me to bring heaven to earth by opening my heart and seeing pain as a deeper understanding of self. Apu, Jasper, Banff, the great Rocky Mountains, great hawk, great white moth. Teach me discernment, how to use my intuitive wisdom to lead with my heart and to take action when the time is right. Allow me to follow my heart always, to pull towards what I love and become the light which draws me so close. Help me to always follow my intuition to get me closer to my true self. To the winds of the north and the fertile element of earth, remind me that truth comes from the heart and not the mind. Teach me to live with the mastery of the universal creator, to live consciously in my own body. Teach me to move beyond duality, to remember the divine inherent within myself and walk the path that is paved with joy, wonder, and divine play. Apu, Clearwater, the center of the universe, great owl. Teach me to silence my mind in order to hear the nuances around me. Teach me the wisdom of learning from all I see and the devotion to truth and justice. To the winds of the east and the element of air. Teach me to do what is right for my own life, to let go of the fear of persecution and strictly follow the love of the divine. Teach me how to let go to the wind all that holds me back from expressing my truth. Apu Chichen Itza, great dragon. Teach me the courage and authority to control my thoughts, to stand up for my own beliefs. Teach me to control my emotions and give me the strength of will to protect those without a voice. Sweet wild pony, allow me to be a leader that others can trust. Show me the courage to lead with an open, brave heart. Run with me, wild, brave, and free. Sweet Mother Earth, we've gathered for the healing and expansion of all your children, Father, Son, Grandmother, Moon, Celestial, Solar System, Great Central Sun, and Galactic Family. Thank you for supporting us, giving us a safe home and a place to ground. We are ready to begin anew. Aho.
Beautiful. And I wrote down consciously in my own body.
Yes.
I think like there kind of are no words, right? Like someone's so like a mirror into someone else's soul and space that it's just we're just honoring it, you know, just being present to see it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Really.
Thanks, guys.
Next, I have a list of who's ready. Megan or Melanie, was that you that stepped up there? That was going to look. There we go. We don't hear you. Now we can't see you. Uh-oh. Melanie, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I just
You sound really far away.
Okay. Is this a sign? Okay, no, it's not a sign. I'm ready. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
very faintly.
Oh, still? Okay. Well, I'm going to talk really loud.
But we can't see you, just so you know.
Do you want to see me?
Yeah, if we can.
Okay. I did purposely shut my video off.
I'm sorry, you don't have to.
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right. To the winds of the east and the element of air, come. Show me what it is to live from the place of the rising sun. Show me what it is to be cloaked in divine glory, light, grace, and beauty. Show me what it is to be more fluid and taste the joys of freedom. Show me what it is to release all attachments and conditioning that no longer serve me. Great tiger, mighty ladybug, Apu Giza. Humpway, humpway, humpway. Teach me how to triumph over differences, to come together in union, fulfilling my highest purpose, to see and birth creation, and to open my heart to truly caring connections. I'm sorry. Aho. To the winds of the south and the great fires of transcendence, come. Show me what it is to heal my darkness of doubt and fear, and help me become capable of love that is increasingly unconditional, fearless, and compassionate. Great horse, mighty dolphin, Apu, Anurad Hapura, Humpway, humpway, humpway. Teach me what it is to dance, sing, drum, and affirm my aliveness with joy. Teach me to have courage and faith in Mother Divine. To the winds of the west and the waters of the earth, come. Show me what it is to embody humility and gratitude. Show me how to cultivate equality and to be free from ego. Great buffalo, mighty elephant, Apu Havasupai. Humpway, humpway, humpway. Teach me what it is to embody my sacred feminine form. Teach me what it is to surrender in service to others, and how to manifest my path to abundance. To the winds of the north and grandmother medicine of earth, loving union of Mother Earth and Great Spirit, come. Show me clear steps toward healing so that I may transform into the channel for true healing in the world. Great lizard, mighty black crow, Apu Stonehenge. Humpway, humpway, humpway. Teach me what it is to reawaken my high-minded inner child and refresh my daily life with joyful purpose, full of ambition, drive, and desire. Mother Earth, Mother and Father Divine, we gather for the healing of all your children, the stone people, the plant people, the four-legged, the creepy crawlers, the fin, the fur, the winged ones, and all of our relations. Father, Son, Grandmother Moon, Star Nations, you who are known by 1,000 names, and you who are the unnameable ones, thank you for bringing us together today to sing the song of life. Cosmic Father Time, Cosmic Mother Space. Aho.
Beautiful, Mel. Thank you. And I would like, I feel like your emotion with it, that's because you're speaking your heart. So I mean, I really appreciate that. It's being vulnerable to all of the soft, and it's beautiful. Okay, who wants to go next? Lena, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let me pull it up. Can you hear me okay? To the winds of the south and the great fires of transformation, come. Bring to me your courage and passion. Show me what it is to stand tall, strong, and fearless. Black kyanite, mighty elephant, Apu Mount Tamalpais, Apu Chennai, come. Protect me fiercely. Guard my light, my shadow, and my in-between. Teach me how to transform obstacles into opportunities and opportunities into my fuel. Show me what it is to shed my past so that I may step freely into my path of abundance and beauty. Protect and guard this medicine space so that our light may radiate brilliantly. Aho. To the winds of the west and the great waters of creation, come. Teach me what it is to dance freely through the waves of emotion while staying deeply anchored to my light. Help me to trust in my heart and to hear the whispers of my soul. Show me what it is to surrender completely, allowing in the full flow of my intuition. Great dragonfly, mighty dolphins, Apu Boho, come. Show me what it is to see the wonder and awe, to embody compassion and healing, and to feel the oneness in all that is. Cleanse this medicine space in service to the eternal flow of unconditional love. To the winds of the north and the fertile element of earth, come. Spirit protectors, ancestors, guardians, ancient ones. Show me what it is to co-create in harmony with the land. Teach me the ways of peace, preservation, and prosperity. Goddess Hathor, Great Owl, Apu Mendocino, come. Guide me through my sacred journey of remembrance and seeing beyond the veils of illusion. Teach me how to protect and grow my magic with my roots deeply grounded in your wisdom and discernment. Ground this medicine space with the gifts and grace of Mother Gaia and all of those who have come before us. Aho. To the winds of the east and the cleansing element of air, come. Assist me in my upward journey of illumination. Bring to me your breath of clarity, teaching me the ways of divine connection so that I may expand my perspective. Great Heron, mighty turquoise, Apu Mashad, Mamonjun, Babajun, Junambia. Teach me what it is to perceive and understand what others are not ready to. Support me in strengthening my spiritual gifts. Show me what it is to find truth within stillness and to speak my truths with resonance of unconditional love. Connect this medicine space to the highest channels of insight and inspiration so that we may receive these messages clearly and in service to our highest good. Mother Earth, my sweet Mother Gaia, we've gathered for the healing of all your children, the stone people, the plant people, the two-legged, the four-legged, the creepy crawlers, the thin, the furred, the winged ones, all our relations. Father Sun, Grandmother Moon, star brothers, star sisters, Great Spirit, you who are known by 1,000 names and you who are the unnameable one. Thank you for bringing us together and allowing us to sing the song of life.
So perfect. Okay, I was just clapping. You know, in each of these, and my hope is that in each week we meet someone else, everyone shares theirs and opens the space for us. We'll take turns doing it, but each one just invokes such a personal lineage draw, like you're pulling all of your ancestors. And when Mama June and Baba June, I was like, oh no. And I just feel like you're sharing that energy with everyone when you do, well, I mean, each of us, but oh God, I think that nothing will get through this circle. Nothing. And I also really love that you pulled in crystals. I love that.
Yeah, I felt the need to
protect it a little bit more or bring in something else when an apu or an animal didn't, like consecrate it as much.
Perfect. So perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anne, do you want to share yours? Anne said she's had hers for a while, but I still want her to share.
Yeah. Okay. All right, give me a minute. Because I don't, it's funny because I have it written down from a long time ago. But most of the time when I do it, it's just whatever comes. And so I've kind of been spazzing because it's like, I don't have an updated version. and I kept trying to write an updated version. It was just like nothing was coming. And then right before we started, I was trying to get it going. I was trying so hard. And it was just like, just start and just do it, So I'm going to do what I usually do when I do this. And I have my drum next to me. So I am going to drum and I'm just going to speak. So if it is kind of off the wall, then sorry, ladies, mine's kind of off the wall. I'm going to get the majority of it out there. And for the new people, get used to it. This is Anne. Okay, I kind of do my own thing and y'all know it. The rest of them all know it. I'm the one that's out there. Okay. So I got my drum, my little stick, so I'm going at it. And I also don't start in the usual version everybody else starts at. I start backwards and go up. Oh, second Thank you, Mother Earth, for blessing us with the 4 legs, with the stone people, with the plants, with the birds, with the air, with the earth. For all that is around us, with the creepy crawls and all of the plants that you have nourished us with through the years. Every day you nourish us with the waters of the earth that feed and take care of us. Father, Son, thank you for the sky, the birds, the air that we breathe, that allows us to form every day, and the birds that transfer the seeds that grows the plants. Grandmother, Son, keep us warm, provide the warmth that we need and the energy for us on a daily basis. Grandfather Moon, provide your cycles for daily life, all of us. Great Spirit, be with us. Thank you for our life. However you come to us, Great Spirit. For the element of fire, in the south, I call my black wolf with the red eyes. Your eyes have the transformation of the fire. Transform me every day as I need to do and be the best that I am to be, to shed what needs to be shed, to burn and get rid of whatever needs not to be there. I've lost my place. Lost my place. The ant is also my south animal, the worker. Happy to be a worker and dedicated and do what I need to do for the betterment of all. is guided by you and Great Spirit. The winds of the west, my dolphin, guide me through the waters of the earth and in a daily life. Let things flow off of my back and not to take everything so seriously. Lake Erie is also a part of my west, and the spider. And the spider is its own creator. Because everything it needs comes from within itself. So let everything I need help come from within me with all of your guidance. From the north, I call my phoenix. As you come from the earth and rise from the ashes, bring forth a new being and a new me. And help me to shed what I need to shed as I burn and disintegrate to the earth, fertilizing the earth into a new day. By the snake and your transformation of a snake. Oh. Allow me to shed my skin as I need to rid what is no longer serving me and to bring forth the newness that I need to bring. In the east, Mount Sliverman and the crow. You bring out transformation and change, knowing the laws and speaking the truth. You speak the truth. And my Pegasus, oh, my beautiful Pegasus. You have taught me to fly and to go amongst the cosmos, that anything is possible and that I can do it. Be with me and guide me. And may all of the ancestors and my guides, angels, and all be with me and guide me on a daily basis, every moment, with every breath, and with all my soul down to every cell in my body, to do what is best to serve as I am here to serve. Aho.
Beautiful, Anne. I actually really love the drumming too. I was like, oh, it was beautiful. And I think you touched on a really good point, Anne, is that in the beginning, you guys will be reading the script, but it eventually becomes, every day it changes to what your animals tell you, what you need in that day. And it's being free to allow it as it comes, because I opened space before the meeting and it was a totally different prayer. But I know that it's something that is fluid, right? And just being like fluid with it is what we're here to be, because you obviously know what you need in the moment. So having the guideline or the architecture is in a good thing, but then just let the messages come as they come, because they will. And that's exactly how I do it too. And especially when I open space, I'm usually by myself in nature, so I'm not reading my script,
Right. Thanks.
Amazing. So I will ask Cassie, Michelle, and I was it Andara? I don't know if she put it on mute. If
Me?
is it Andara?
Aumara.
Andara, okay. If you guys have one that you
Yeah, AUM hyphen.
if you guys have one that you want to share, I would love to hold the space for it. If not, you can come back another time and share. You tell me.
I do not have one.
that's totally cool. I mean, obviously. How about Cassie? Do you?
I don't. So to work on one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think the last like month or so of podcasts, I talked about each step, and in the link of the podcast, it gives you the worksheet that you can use to start as a foundation to create one. But it starts all with the journey to find your spirit animals and then your sacred sites and then pulling it all together. And ultimately, it's just creating this energy around you so you don't have to hold, because the more light you're shining, you draw toward, everything draws towards you, and you just don't want to be the one holding it all back while you're doing work and energy. So that's the purpose of this. And yeah, like I said, my goal is that every time we start anew, which actually the next week, we will be starting this, each person will open up the space for the group and feel what that feels like, because there is a different charge when you're opening it up just for yourself and when you're opening up for space. And ultimately, this is so that we all find our voices. And yes, it's uncomfortable. I don't like doing it either, but that's the point, is we got to get into our voice and into the space of being okay sharing it and being vulnerable to each other, and then ultimately to whoever you're working with. Because when you start working with even the Akashic records, you're holding space for someone's energy to come through, and you want that space to be as clean as possible. So yeah, I'm so happy that you all shared, and really feel kind of like really blessed to be in the company of all of you. You know, as you guys were sharing, I felt like, wow, they have spent so much time on these, and it's like so deeply personal. And I remember when Anne and I learned, we had, I think, days to come up with it. It wasn't like we had this much time. So neither of us went that deep into pulling up our lineages and really tapping into the depth of our soul for these. And you guys all have. And then I got the message that each person has the time and space that they need for what they need. So that is beautiful as well, you know, and I feel just happy to witness it in every aspect of everyone. You know, it's just sharing so many facets of yourself and things that need to be healed. And I am just holding space, which I know we all are, for each other in that.
One thing that came to me listening to them, and it reminded me when we were first making ours, that there was a major intention that you were going for, that there's something you were trying to, I don't want to say change, fix, whatever, but there was something you were wanting to do for yourself. And in listening to everybody's, it was like there's something really deep inside of yourself, like Melanie, unconditional love. And it's just like, dadgum, that's something I'm still working on. That I'll, you know, everybody's going to work on until they die. I mean, you know, there's going to be that somebody that's just going to push your buttons, and unconditional love is just going to be like, okay, you're really going to have to come through on that one, because it's just not going to make it today, you know. I mean, just listening to everybody's, it was just like, yeah, and every day it may be, that's what I'm saying, when you do these, there's going to be something different that you're going to be praying for. But then that's what it was like when I was doing this, it was like, yeah, I do have these notes, I do have it. And I went back and I was going, oh yeah, that's what I initially wanted with these. Mm-hmm. And it's still true, but it was just kind of funny how listening to you all and how far you guys went inside your souls to get this. It was just so beautiful. They're all so amazing. They really are. Y'all did great.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was like, what's taking so long? Why? I don't understand, but now I understand, right? You guys dug so deep that it's like a well of love that you share with all of us. And I know like that thread is only going to make this experience so much richer. So I am feeling blessed to have that in my life, you know. So I really thank you guys. so now we're done with the work. I think, yeah. And well, Ashton shared hers last week. So did Sherry. Unless you guys want to capture it again in today's call. Anyone? Ashton, are you thinking about it? Are you?
I just don't want to bore anyone.
No, are you kidding me? That's not possible.
Ugh, okay. Is that an invitation then? Okay. So mine stayed pretty much the same. I tried to take your advice and talk about Mother Earth, but it needs some love still. So I'm gonna go back and edit that part. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll begin. From the winds of the north, ground me, protect me, wrap me in your branches and teach me wisdom in your ancient magical ways. Great deer, be with me. Breeds wells, I am with you. From the winds of the south and of fiery creation, protect me, cleanse me of that which hinders me, which harms me, or which leads me astray. Give me courage and faith in my being. Great snake, be with me. Wild plains, I am with you. From the winds of the east, give me clarity of sight and lightness of spirit. Carry me through your realm with ease and allow room in my soul to create. Expand my being and let me see anew. Great dragon, be with me. Vast creation within the mighty forests, I am with you. From the winds of the west, which brings enlightenment, pull me closer to the divine. Let me live with peace within truth. Transform old habits, pains, and patterns into nourishment for my expansion. Great jaguar, be with me. Enlightening mountains, I am with you. Mother Earth and all of your children, I am thankful for your many blessings and kinship. Grandmother Moon and Father Time, I am thankful for your many teachings. Great deer of the north, snake of the south, dragon of the east, and jaguar of the west. Be with me when I need you. Breed, be with me as I am with you. Granunos, be with me as I am with you. Thank you for all that you have done for me, friends, and allow me access to help where I can. I need some work.
We're talking about this because I think this week the podcast is going to be about this because I'm reading a book. I don't have it in front of me, but it's by Drunvalo, and it's something about entering the heart space. And it's a small book, but I've been reading it for the last couple weeks, and we are supposed to expand from our heart space. And he gives this teaching that he got many, many years ago of how the only way to do that is to build up the energy in your gratitude towards the earth. And then he says, you can send it in a sphere down to the earth, and then you wait for that response. And what reminded me of that is I told you guys I get this chill up the back of my spine, and that's the response from the earth coming back to you. And for me, I feel it in each of the apus, but he essentially is saying you're not in communication with earth until you feel that energy return, and it will return because it's a flow state. So that's why it's so important to acknowledge and send that heart unconditional love to the earth. And then he talks about you do it to the Father Sky, and you do the same thing. You send it up in a sphere of light to the sky and wait for it to come back through, because the opening happens in the heart space, and it's like the three have to meet in the heart, and they won't meet until you've welcomed in both the ground, the earth, and the sky together into your heart space so that it can expand from there. And I'm feeling like it, as I read it last night, I was like, yes, no wonder I feel that energetic exchange. And ultimately what we're trying to do when we pull in that energy is to feel it back, because you want to know that they're listening and that they're with you. It's like, and part of that is when I say aho after a direction, it's that I'm feeling that. And again, it will come through for each person in a different way. It could be a visual, it could be a feeling. An acknowledgement is that you know that energy is a present, and you're not just asking, you're waiting for that response back. So yeah, I would say in yours, like you go this way, and then I feel like it still needs some anchoring down. But again, you guys, I don't know if you know, Ashton is a a very astral person, and she, like, I'm just going to give the example. She tried to wear a quartz and it broke. So she's very otherworldly, and that's why for her it's very important she grounds her energy. She recently purchased a Moldavite, and I was like, ooh, that's probably a lot for you. You probably need to get more earthy with that. So for each person, it's different. Like, so for her, I'm saying she needs to really acknowledge her roots, really acknowledge her grounding, because that's what she needs. But maybe for someone else that is very grounded, needs to really connect with the astral plane and the Father Sky, Grandmother Moon, and wait till you hear that, feel that response in your body to know that they're with you. So yeah, I think for each person it will be different, but ultimately those are the main connected points that you want to feel it come back through your body. So I hope that's helpful, but Ashton, thank you for sharing.
Thanks for listening. I let my boyfriend hold my Moldavite, and he goes, "Is it supposed to tingle?" It's like, well, if it does for you, I guess.
Does it tingle you or no?
It feels, I told him, I was like, it kind of feels like a hum for me. Not like, he was describing it more like a vibration, like electricity. And I feel more of like a steady, like hum.
Yeah, for me, it feels like electricity. Which if Cassie and Michelle and, oh gosh, Amara, yes, I think I got it. Moldavite is a very quick activator. So a lot of people on the awakening path use that as the stone to accelerate your journey. It really can help to amplify the energy around you. It can sometimes be too intense. Like, I actually am wearing my Moldavite ring today, but it's a real tiny one, and it's all I can handle. Where Ashton has this huge pendant, and like I said, she's very connected with her alien being, and for me it's a lot. So I tend to have Moldavite incense burning in my office all the time, because it's a more gentle way to accelerate the journey. But it is a stone and a smell that is, I would say most people gravitate towards it on this journey. So if you can get it, you should. I was
Gabrielle,
yeah, sorry.
where do you get your incense?
On Amazon. I'll put a link. I'll find it and put a link in the chat. Yeah, no, that you can buy a whole bundle of it on Amazon.
Because I used to get sticks of it, and it's been really hard to get the good stuff.
Oh, my first teacher is the one that recommended it, and I found it on Amazon, and yeah, I've been using it ever since. And I do buy other fragrances, but that's the constant for me, because yeah, I typically can't wear the Moldavite. It's too much. I have had it on for a few hours already. I feel a little bit bouncy.
Yeah, that's another one of those that I've had for decades.
Yeah.
And I've had a hard time finding it. So it's like, that's why I'm going, where'd you get it?
Okay, I'll attach it into this. 1 sec. I know Mina looks like I don't know if you're there, Mina, but I would love to hear about your experience today.
It was a lot to take in all at once for me, since I'm not too well versed in natal charts. So, but it sounded very similar to your reading that you shared in your podcast episode. And we went into where the progressive chart of where I am now. So she definitely confirmed, starseed markings. And she was able to kind of see. Sorry, what was that?
Like your reading resonated? Did it feel like
it did? Because the recurring theme was all about balance balancing of the feminine and the masculine, and that always comes up for me. But it was a lot more insightful because she said you base, in order, you know, in your 3D life, you're very masculine, and the job that you do with accounting and finance, very rational and logical, and, you know, the role that you play in your family. But like who you are, you need to balance it out with your creative side. And I have a feeling like you want to be creative, but you don't always have the opportunity to express yourself that way, which is true. You know, dancing, painting, drawing, that's always something that I've always been drawn to, but always shoved aside to make room for, you know, responsibilities and stuff. So, but I, you know, made the connection when I defer that creative side, that's when I feel the shittiest, you know, and that's when I feel the most blocked. And so she kind of said, you know, you have to intentionally make space in your schedule to invest in that feminine aspect of you. And then also too, you know, she confirmed that you don't always have to do anything. A lot of it is just your energy being there, similar to what she said in your reading, like go to a grocery store, or go to a meeting. You don't have to fix people or anything. You just have to be there. So that was helpful to hear. And then when we moved into the progressives chart, she showed me how to look at the natal chart to understand like what the, you know, grand trine means and where I'm at now. And so crystal group was big. So she even emphasized, like, if you have any subconscious, not fear, but like resistance towards using crystals as a tool for you and for healing, it could be, you know, your previous experience of the Atlantean times where they said crystals no more, you know, so you kind of have to heal that, which was really validating to hear, because I've always I know the power of crystals and how to use them. But for me personally, trying to work with them, I always kind of felt like it wasn't for me, but I think that's just an illusion that I need to let go of. And, you know, the things that are the inspiration that's kind of coming of, oh, maybe I should talk to Melanie about Reiki healing, or, you know, with Anne about shamanic journeying. Like all those little things are a push to continue for me to expand, because healing came in a lot as like a role that I'm intended to serve or get into. And it starts first on a personal journey in my family, and it may even like expand outward. And that's definitely where my head's been at for the last few months, is tapping into, you know, the gifts that this group has that actively expresses it, and to lean on our tribe to not be shy about looking into it and to practicing it. So it was interesting. I have to, like, once I get the recording though, I have to listen to it a few times, you know, because in the moment I was like feverishly writing notes and just taking it all in. So it was wonderful.
I think too, as long as it sounds like it gave room for growth and to understand yourself on a deeper level too, right? Which, I mean, ultimately, and that's amazing reading, because then you have work that you know you can work on, right?
Yeah, so in a structured way too, you know, as opposed to like feeling flighty and, you know, what's a pull, what's a true pull versus what's just my mind just going places. So it helped kind of narrow it down. And also for me to like put structure in a regimen of how I feed my soul, you know. So I have to put in my schedule, you know, however many hours to do choreography or to paint, and that's part of my therapy, I guess. So I'm excited.
So did you ask specific questions, or did you just kind of form questions as she was talking, kind of?
I kind of formed questions as I went along. I didn't really ask very many questions, because she was just informing me. If I had gotten it, I know she tried to give it to me sooner to have a gap of time between stage 1 and stage 2, but we had to do it all at once. So otherwise, I would have definitely come up with more questions to probe.
Well, mine is tomorrow morning, and the only questions I have are about the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse. So yeah, that's all I am curious about. So I was wondering, like, yeah, well, we'll see what comes up, but I'll let you guys know for sure. And then I know, Sherry, you have yours next week. Did you get your stage 1 already?
No, not yet. I told her I thought it was going to be in 2 shots, but then she said 1 like you, Mina. So I'm good with either, whatever comes, but I didn't get any reading sent to me yet through email.
And this, just so you guys know, is from that episode that I think it was called Galactic Support. It's with the StarSeed hotline, starseedhotline.com, and you can find out your starseed connections through your astrological chart. So yeah, I'm interested to understand that. One thing I do want to talk about, because I'm not going to talk about it in the podcast, is that I also had a reading with Debbie Solaris, which is, if you guys have Gaia, she's done some interviews on Gaia, and she calls herself a galactic historian, and she goes into essentially your records and finds out where your soul originated from. And just like everything, there are things that resonate, and not to say my reading didn't resonate, but for some reason it doesn't resonate to talk about it. And I can't explain why, really, because it's not like she said anything that was not true. It's more of I don't think it matters. And I know that's a weird thing to say, because the StarSeed hotline thing, I personally I love to find out the degrees, and I want to dig into everybody's, and I feel like that's helpful. Where finding your galactic history, she didn't say anything that I didn't know. And it was like, just for me, a confirmation. And what also is kind of very strange is that both Aisha and I booked appointments at the same time, and it was supposed to be in June, I think, maybe July, beginning of July, and she kept postponing it and changing it. And I mean, literally like 5 times for me, and probably more for Aisha. And there gets to a point where there becomes this energy of, is this needed? And I'm bringing this up because Aisha is in this place right now, because hers again got postponed. And you start to wonder, is this a sign? So
yeah, on that note, like, yes, ours both kept getting postponed, and then you finally got yours. Mine was coming like a week or so later, and it didn't work out again, which was just crazy. But the thing is that, like, isn't crazy is the whole time I was getting messages of like, you don't need it, you probably shouldn't, I'm not gonna say waste your energy, but like, spend your time on it. Like it isn't needed. And at the end of the day, I was like, oh, I'll just do it, because like, wouldn't it be fun just to know or whatever? But the fact that the final one didn't work out, and then I had to reschedule again, I was just like, how many times, like, when spirit is really trying to get a message through to you and you're just like, well, maybe I'll do it anyways, or like, it's already booked, so I'll just do it. There, like, I feel like I got the, like, you're getting blocked from this. And so I went into my records and asked why. And the message that I got were why I didn't need it, why I was like on a journey, a more organic journey of finding the information myself, which I've been doing for a long time on a very like natural, kind of like wholesome, holistic level of like finding that connection is important to me. Like, that's part of the journey of learning to do it in a way that's like really an intimate connection that I needed to do. That was part of my journey of like finding out who I was. So yeah, so I did end up canceling. They tried to rebook me again in December. I was just like, it's okay, I'll just go for a refund. So yeah, following the messages and like trusting the divine timing of everything, I think, just because it doesn't feel like it's happening, it is happening slowly, and that's perfect timing, right?
And the other thing with her, she actually is not going to be doing any more bookings. So she also got the message that she needs to stop giving this information out to people because they need to find it for themselves. So I thought that's interesting as well. It's like kind of separately. It wasn't that I had planned not to share it. It's more of like, it doesn't matter. I don't know why. If it's helpful for everyone, how does it matter? Right. And yeah, I think the other thing that she talked about is that a lot of people doing Akashic readings are pulling back as well. And I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do, but ultimately each person has to learn how to go in. And I'm guilty of this too. I love getting a reading, you know, I love to get these confirmations because it's confirmation. But I think a lot of readers are realizing that it's a crutch instead of pushing the person to go deeper. Now, if you're on I would say the beginning part of your journey, to hear these things about yourself is great because it gives you the motivation to keep going. But the deeper you get into your journey, you know how to talk, how to hear your own messages. And I think that's kind of what she's feeling these days, is that she can't keep giving these confirmation readings to people who already know, basically. And the way that I found her was through an episode that Kat Fowler did. And funny enough, she's also not doing Akashic Records readings anymore either for the same reason. So I think it's something to think about. And I don't say that in that the people that are learning how to do that, not to do it in any way. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, understanding that people that want the answers from you, it's a searching, and their soul's only going to give them what they're ready for, and they need to learn how to go in. And so I would say in your practices, trying to always empower others to find the messages for themselves. Like I just had a session before this meeting and I was like, do you know how to read your records yet? You need to do that. Because it's like, we all can do it. We all know how to connect. It's just hearing it and getting it out and writing it down and letting the energy move through you is the most important thing, because once you have that, you don't need to rely on someone else to tell you where you're from or what you're here to do. You automatically know it. And so the readings will just be confirmation of what you kind of already feel. So if for Cassie and Michelle and Amara, if I would say, yeah, start by learning how to get into your own records. And I know that I'm going to try to find it really quick. I know that the Soul Tribe podcast, they do an online level 1 class now. And the thing I love about them, number one, is that they are down to earth and here to help people, but also their pricing is reasonable, where a lot of people that teach how to do the records, I think it's not fair and it's not right, but that's my opinion. So I always promote these girls because they are doing it for the love of wanting people to wake up. So I'm gonna put the link to the level 1 class here just in case anyone hasn't done it yet. I highly recommend it. It's how I learned. It's how most of the people in this class learned. And I'm sure everyone here would say the same. Yeah, so what else do you guys want to talk about? I think we still have time. Tell me anything.
So where can we find it? It seemed like there was like a generic base of the prayer that everybody did that was very similar. Where would like two new girls find something like that? Because that was really, really cool.
I'll share it in the chat, but let me see. Ultimately, I had it in the podcast notes. There was a link to it, but I'll share it here too. 1 second, let me just find it. We have the Dropbox, or I think it's called Dropbox. Wait, that's not it. And No, it's not Dropbox, it's something else. Hold on, where is it? It's called, oh, Google Docs. Hold on. Oh, no. Yeah, and there's a few, all of the lessons that we've had so far are all on this in this link. So you can first find how to get your spirit animals, and hold on, it's making me confirm something. Oh no. Sorry, I got a new phone yesterday, so now everything is not connected for some reason. Maybe I can find it in the, which, not to get political, but if anyone has AT&T, I would suggest looking into switching. They have deals right now, and I got a free new phone, and it's cheaper. The monthly plan is cheaper than what I was paying. So I'm just putting it out there. Okay.
You would not,
What did you say?
you would not recommend AT&T?
I had AT&T and I switched to Verizon, and I'm saying I would recommend switching to anything personally. And that, I don't watch the news, but I've been getting links to, it came out that AT&T is, I think, a 90% owner of the channel called America One, I think it's called. And essentially, I've never watched it. I don't know anything about it, but my best friend's parents do. So she has said that it's worse than Fox News. And again, you guys know I try to always remain neutral, but I also do not want to be spending my energy and funds to someone that isn't neutral. So that's why I went yesterday and changed to Verizon, which again, they ended up being less expensive, and a brand new phone. And I don't see that, like, personally feel like there's any bad to doing it, or I don't know how to say that. I just don't want to put my energy towards something negative hate thing. But I'm not saying that I disagree with the right side or the left side. I'm in the middle, but I know that AT&T, now we know it came out, it's not in the middle. It clearly is the owner of a kind of hate channel. One thing I do want to say, okay, so I put the link right there for the drive, and I think that one's for the first one. Tell me when you click it if you can see all of them.
So it's all of the clairs, like the clairvoyance and.
Okay, let me give the one for the other one. One thing I want to talk just briefly about is that I've noticed that a lot of people are talking about discernment and really tuning into what feels right in your body when you start listening to podcasts or listening to anything, right? And I've talked about that a lot. I feel like there are podcasts and people that I love and that I support, but I'm also feeling like there are energies coming through them that are promoting fear. And the thing I want to talk about and say is that if at any point you're listening to something and there is fear coming out of that person, disengage. And it's not to say there's something wrong with the person. Remember, we're all light, and when you're a vessel, you are a vessel to energy. So what I have been finding is that sometimes there are energies that come through, and I don't think it's the person. I think they're looking for a platform to promote fear. And that can be around the vaccine. It can be around like where you live and the rules that are coming out. All of that is fear state. No matter where you fall on, if you want to be vaccinated or not, that's not the issue. if you choose not to be vaccinated, be in your power with it. Do not listen to someone telling you this is just the step one to them coming out with other controls. That's fear. That is taking you out of your sovereign place of knowing what's right for your body and anticipating what's to come in a fearful way. To me, that feels very, very dangerous. And yeah, I just want you guys to discern everything that comes through. Please protect your energy, really think about, is this aligned with what I believe? And you'll know it. Like, I mean, you'll feel it in your own body right away. And that's the one you should trust. Don't trust my opinion on it. Don't trust anyone's but your own. So if that helps. Okay, here comes, I finally found the one. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I just am feeling that there are just so many energies coming through, and I don't know, I would love to hear anyone else's thoughts on this, is that they're getting way more tricky, way more slippery with how they're coming in. And I know it's going to keep getting more intense in that way. So yeah, just be very clear. And if you do come across it, like in Ashton, she comes across it every day in her life. I would say you need to be very clear with your boundaries and know what you're allowing in. And if you choose to acknowledge it, you set your boundaries on what you're going to engage with.
I have a question. Am I off mute? Yeah. Does anyone feel like there was a big timeline shift very recently? Yeah. Because I got that in a dream last night, which I forgot, but it came up today in conversation. I remembered it, and I was like, oh, that, like, those people or that went down a different timeline. And then I pulled up some kind of ascension, something popped up on Instagram, and it did mention that there was a big shift. I guess the Schumann was off for 3 days. Is that, I've kind of been sick and like out of it, but
blank for all 3 days. Yeah.
Okay.
And that makes me wonder too, in this fear state, is that the other timeline? And that's the thing that I think is the discernment. Do you want to stay in that thread of fear? No matter, and this is the thing, there's nothing that can harm you if you are in your own resonance. So there's someone telling you we need to be fearful that the government's taking control. That's in a timeline that I'm not involved with that at all. I don't have that in my reality, and I'm choosing not to, regardless of where I live and what the rules are. It doesn't affect me because I don't give it the power that I think some people are. And that is a very good question, is that another timeline? Is that the old paradigm?
That's what I got. The feeling that came up was, I was in conversation with Jessica, actually, which, just update on Jess, she's been really, really busy at work, and she feels terrible that she hasn't. I said, don't worry about it. Like, she'll be back, obviously, whenever she can, but everyone's in her thoughts and heart. But I was chatting with her. We were talking about, her and I are actually trying to manifest our own. We're going to leave our company and create our own business together, spiritual business. So we're like all about it. And she was kind of worrying about, like the leaders of our company. And I just said to her, that's the other timeline. And then I got the vision of the dream that I had last night. I was like, oh my God, it sat with it for a second. I was like, hey, give me a second to remember this. And basically what it was there was this big split, and all of those things you're talking about, where everyone is going down, like choosing to involve themselves in the rhetoric, in the news, in the fear, in the even worrying about what's going to happen with COVID, what's going to happen with, the Facebook stuff, and even like food shortages. They went down this other timeline and we're going this way. And then there was this feeling that those of us that are split off in, say, our direction, we'll just kind of say, oh, they went down that other timeline. And to them, we won't even be, like with Jess and I, for example, it'll be like a faint memory is how it felt. Like we left and we're off doing something, but it's just totally split. It just felt totally split. So yeah, that's how it felt to me. And then I saw that Schumann thing right afterwards, and I was like, oh, something must have happened.
And the thing was like, I want to say holding compassion, but I don't feel like compassion is the right word. It's like holding enough space in your heart for where everyone is, you know, even if the people are on the spiritual path, because there are a lot of spiritual people talking about fear right now. And then I thought, well, maybe the more masses of people that are on this journey are still in that timeline that does need that duality and that denseness, which is, I mean, everything is exactly, and the levels are exactly where they are meant to be. There is no higher, no lower. It's just choosing where you want to fall in it. And for myself, when I hear fear, I'm like not letting it in, because I know those little threads are weaving their way right back into my system, and I don't need it. I don't resonate with it. And even when I talked about the AT&T thing, I'm not doing it from a fearful place. I know it's energy. Money is energy. I'm give it to it every month. I can get service elsewhere. That's it. I don't have an attachment to the news, what's coming out of that channel. I've never watched that channel. But I also know I don't want my energy to flow in that direction. So I think in anything that we do, to just holding the light and not having any fear about whatever it is, you know. I was telling Richard, I think this morning, that it's interesting. I was saying, I think probably at least half of this group isn't vaccinated. And I was like, and I feel like it doesn't matter. It's like, there is no reality that is real anyway, right? We all have love, and that's what matters. And I was like, you know, even my decision to be vaccinated, it doesn't matter. It's what I feel is okay for me, but it really means nothing in the sense of the love that we have here. So don't feel like there is a judgment on you for doing or not doing, because I feel like that split, and that you're this or you're that, is part of that lower vibration, and it's separate. It feels like it's literally being the spiritual divide.
Yeah.
And if you're spiritual, we're all one. We literally are one unit. So how can we be divided? And I just think that comes from fear. So just try to hold on. I feel like it's going to keep getting more. It's going to keep going deeper. And I don't say that for a fear state. I say that because we got this, you know.
Yeah.
You're in your light, you got this, and you wouldn't be in this group if you didn't. So just know that sometimes all you have to do is show up. Like Mina was saying, you just have to be you, and hold steady for other people as they're flailing in the lower, I guess, no, that's not even the right word, in the alternate timelines.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely felt a lot of in my dreams, like what feels to be parallel realities. Not so much, it carried like the weight of almost like apocalyptic. And, you know, similar to how we feel deja vu moments, I think a lot of that's happening, you know, in the subtle realms for everybody. And so we feel a sense of it, but then often, you know, sometimes we give in to that feeling, you know, and sometimes it serves its purpose. Like you said, Gabrielle, like it is what it's supposed to be, because what I've found for myself in the last month, all those challenging energies that I've experienced, it served, the silver lining was it served a purpose. It shook things up for me so that I can go back and reevaluate, you know, habits or things that aren't fully resolved, so I can like get rid of it. Yeah, so I think a lot of folks, however we can be to kind of be that anchor in the midst of other folks' chaos, is in holding that grounding space really helps. I did know, like, you know, Sunday morning as I was waking up, like I was hearing in my head, you know, kind of like this monotone female voice, almost computer like, and your timelines have been healed, and this has been fixed, and that has been done, and this timeline is done, and everything's good. And when I woke up, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, and then I realized, you know, Sunday, the date was 10/10.
Mm.
And then 10 in numerology is all about completing cycles, similar to like the Wheel of Fortune tarot card. You're leveling up and cycle complete. And that's almost what I feel like the voice was saying, was like cycle complete, and then move on. So I think for a lot of us that can take advantage of, get out of that cycle of the remnant energies of all these different timelines and move forward, I don't know. I started this week definitely on a higher vibe than I have in many weeks. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel pretty good.
Yay. I feel sick, but I mean, good otherwise.
I was sick too, but yeah, it's like
Maybe,
getting rid of
yeah.
all that energy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at my clock and it's 5:55, so that means yes, change.
Wow.
Just let it in. That's all we can do, and know that I think the more jarring the change, the bigger the upgrade, the bigger release of the patterns. And I keep getting this feeling of nothing. Just let it go. Just let it go, because anytime we attach to any one thing, we miss out on all that is. So I feel like every day I'm saying, I don't know anything. I mean, I want to be like with like a child perspective of I want to learn, and I'm here to learn. And that's, scary sometimes, but
Yeah. And maybe using the sonic slider as you feel these things come in, so you can get more bang for your buck to release that.
with the sonic slider.
Hmm?
Are you guys still, how is it going with the sonic slider? If you guys got it, you like it?
I use mine on everyone. Like, I've noticed even my dogs will come towards me and just want to be.
Oh, really? They like it?
Yeah, dogs. I don't try it, but they gravitate towards it. But anyone I'm around, I use it on them, and you can just feel this initial like everyone just takes a deep breath and goes like, oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, whenever I'm feeling like out of sorts or before I go into a session, I hold it to my heart space and my head, to just get back in that vibration of me. And it feels like a little bit of like going home. It's just a release. I don't know, Michelle, if this is what we're talking about, the sonic slider. And I did an episode about it if you guys are interested, but it's funny that she created it for like, more health, well-being. And I feel like it's so much more than that. So I don't think it has anything to do with the muscle tone and all of the things she talks about. But that's because I feel it as a vibration, not as, just for this vessel. It's much deeper than that for me. Well, I love you guys, and I look forward to next time when we can meet together again. And obviously stay in touch. I want to say too, for Cassie, Michelle, and Amara, if you guys want to send me your phone numbers. My cat is attacking my other little one. We can add you to, we have a Telegram chat group where we stay in touch throughout the weeks that we're not on here. And there's amazing conversations and we share a lot of things there. So if you're interested, let me know and I will add you guys to it. Just another safe space to have conversations with this group of women. So I really appreciate you guys coming. And I obviously love all of you. So until next time. Oh wait, let me get the number before. I don't know if this chat disappears. Wait, let me stop recording.